Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to another high level game of StarCraft 2. Today we have a best of 3 between Gumiho in the top right and TPG's Rogue in the bottom left. Rogue is a very solid player who sometimes during these online tournaments that he plays performs, well, rather poor, or at least below his level. When he shows up when there's a lot of money on the line, but these online tournaments, it sometimes feels like he doesn't really want to play them, but he plays them anyway, and he keeps playing a lot of them as well. It's not like he plays an online tournament every 5 months. He just plays a crap ton of online tournaments, and his results just aren't as consistent there, which is kind of odd, because he's a player with fantastic mechanics, great decision making, and honestly, very good game knowledge as well. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how this is going to be playing out. As Gumiho, I think, opened up with a command center before barracks here. So this is the fastest possible command center. It will delay the barracks, will delay the tech as well. Second gas will get taken very quickly. You kind of need to catch up in that gas count as soon as you can. We'll most likely still see a Reaper opener here, but the Reaper will be really delayed. And the Reaper initially should be used for checking around the main base, making sure that no links are hiding to try and kill perhaps a mule or just a marine or a couple of SCVs, force a pool away from the natural mineral line. There's a lot of options you have here as the Zerg player, and we'll see what Rogue decides to do. I'm not sure if he's going to continue the journey of this Overlord towards the natural to really see the timing of the CC. Often it is not necessary, but perhaps by seeing the lack of a Reaper at the appropriate time, Rogue will be able to know enough. So the first 4 links are now on the way, and the complete lack of a Reaper should be somewhat confusing. Of course, at this point, this could also still be just a Marine opener, so either a single Marine or double Marine, and a complete skip on the Reaper that way. That's not quite the case. So if this Reaper does get spotted by the Overlord, that would be nice for Rogue, because that gives him a little bit more information. And, well, the Reaper doesn't really move through the vision. The Reaper also stays at home. These 4 links, I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but they were waiting for something, and something never came, and they decided to move back towards the creep. This Reaper still hasn't been spotted. Curious if this would change anything here for Rogue if he does spot this Reaper. I don't think it does. Reaper's just going to stay at home and will assist if any links make their way across the map. But so far our Zerg player is just keeping it calm. Starport goes down as we see a 3rd command center also being constructed. Of course, this double CC fast, the extra eco allows for that fast 3rd command center before the 3rd depot while having 2 gases. Starport is going to be quick. Tech lab is going to be fast as well, and this should be a Banshee follow-up. There is the possibility, of course, that this is a battle cruiser. Fusion Core could go down here in the back, and Gumiho is a player that every now and then plays mech. At this point, I'm not even sure how true that still is. Gumiho, I know that he can play mech, and he's played a lot of mech in the past, but honestly, the past 3-4 series that I've watched him in TVZ, he hasn't actually played that much mech, and it's mainly been bio. It has been offbeat build orders, it has been weird openers, but it has been mainly bio. Maybe with an occasional mech game in there, but majority of the time, not really the case. And once again, we see the 2nd tech lab being built here, and that means that Stim is going to start researching relatively soon. Now, this is a fake cloak. I'm not quite sure why you would fake cloak if you're going to show your Viking, because... Oh, because it is not fake cloak. No, wait. Okay, so he faked cloak to go Viking into Banshee. Rogue is going to scout this starport and might believe that this is a Banshee or that it is a Raven. I mean, it's one of the two. It's going to be mech anyway. Oh my god. The one time I didn't believe anymore, it's actually going to be mech. Did Rogue spot... Oh my god. This is so unfortunate here. This is so unfortunate for Gumiho. Rogue did not see the tech lab on the barracks, and as a result now might actually believe... Oh wait, actually never mind, there's a couple of roaches on the way. So This Banshee is going to help. We'll get back to the rest of this later. I did not realize that Rogue was doing a mild roach pressure. Now this is a roach pressure and not an all-in. There are no links behind this. This Banshee will manage to clean it up as well. And the Viking on the ground actually dealing a lot of damage as well. Will get to lift it in time. Lands it again. A little bit extra added DPS. Hellion doesn't get microed and all of these roaches will fall. What I was trying to say before I got cut off by this surprise roach attack is if Rogue would have scouted the fact that there was a tech lab on that barracks, he might have believed that it was bio. But I mean, now the roaches moved up, saw the extra factories. Rogue knows 100% what he's playing against right now. This push, however, did absolutely nothing. Killed 2 workers. I guess it also killed 7 Hellions, so that is something. But the investment for the Zerg player here is a little bit bigger than the investment or the loss for the Terran player. As the Terran already has triple CC, is building double Thors. Gumiho actually reading his opponent's mind right now because there is a Spire on the way as well as Link Speed. This has the potential to go into Muras. And the reason I say that is because if it was Corruptors, we would just be seeing continued Roach production and not this many Links being built right now, as well as the Link Speed. Mura Link Bane is what you play, or you play Roach Corruptor. You can't play Link Corruptor, or at least I haven't seen it yet. Perhaps it is viable, but I don't think it is. And if it is viable, no one has played it yet in this world, at least not on a high level. Factory 4 and 5 on the way here in the main base as well, and the upgrades are superior for the Terran player. Evo chambers haven't even started yet. They'll start after the initial wave of Muralisks is producing, I guess. I really do believe this is Mura. Come on, show me the Muras. There we go. 12 Muras. 2 Thors out already, though, and it's going to be a double Thor drop. Now, Thors are the correct call, but a double Thor drop might actually get Gumiho, you know, in a bit of trouble here. It is possible. It really is possible that this is bad. This Ling run by is helping Gumiho out because these Thors decide to stay at home because of it. And because there are not that many Hellions right now, I think this is actually super helpful. Because if these 2 Medivacs would be halfway across the map when the Muralisk hit, that would have been bad. This might still just happen though. These Muralisks start flying over towards the far right side of the map. Barracks, will it be capable of spotting it? I don't think so. There's a single Viking here in the dead space. The Thors will decide to stay at home for now. Muras gets spotted and we see an immediate boost in towards the main base. Oh, a Thor just popped as well over there. This is a great hold for Gumiho. He hasn't officially held yet and he might lose a couple of workers, but overall this is just fantastic. 6 workers going down. How many Muras have fallen yet? 2 Muras. Well, 11 workers is a lot. I did not expect it to be an 11 Mura loss. Man, Rogue's control on these Muralisks is absolutely crazy. These Thors are struggling getting there. 20 workers going down here and 3 Muras fall. So with 12 Muralisks total, he managed to kill 22 workers and he also kept 9 Muralisks alive. This is a fantastic trait because Rogue does not want to continue building more Muralisks. He's already switching into these roaches. We see more Thors on the way. Gumiho believes that this is going to be a Muralisk max, but he couldn't be more wrong as this is a roach max. So this is Muralisk. It's a roach all-in into Muralisks, into roaches. And this is probably going to be an all-in. There's 69 workers right now for Rogue. He's maxed out in supply. These Muras once again come in. Thor struggling to fight these Roaches and Ravagers, of course. Thor's not really equipped to deal with these high Roach numbers. You need tanks in order to deal with that. At the same time, the Muras still going ham, taking out 10 more workers. The Front is falling. Gumiho dies. And what was supposed to be a great start, great early game, and pretty much a blind counter to what Rogue was doing, still ends up in a loss. Very unfortunate here for Gumiho, who loses game number 1 in this best of 3. Game number 2 will be played over here on Hardwire. As on Hardwire. Game number 2 here will be played over on Hardwire. As that first game did not quite go the way that Gumiho perhaps wanted it to go. It's always a little bit funky to me when you have these players that are really good in the opening stage of the game and they get basically everything they want and then they still get absolutely blasted, and just shows how good Rogue is at tricking the opponent and just with these quick tech switches The Mura control was absolutely crazy that last game as well. It really is very impressive. To fly the way that he did, take so little damage against 2-3 Thors that were defending. I mean, there was one Thor already done in the main base. And just seeing these other 2 Thors also trying to catch these Muralisks in the medavacs, it's just bananas that you can kill 22 workers with that. And of course had a very big impact on the game. It also kind of made Gumiho feel the need to continue that Thor production. I mean, if you're not going to be capable of stopping 12 Muralisks with 3 Thors, how are you planning on stopping a higher Mura count with 3 Thors? So he probably said to himself, alright, I want to go up to 5, maybe even 6 Thors. At that point, the roaches arrive and the game just ends. And honestly, if you would give this situation to a lot of other Zergs, I don't believe they would fare that well as he did in this game. I really don't believe it. It's a tricky one. Rogue this time is switching it up, and this is something he does quite often. Gumiho is a player that is known for not scouting very much and not scouting very thoroughly. With that first SCV, it's going to be completely unaware of the fact that there's 6 links moving across the map. If Gumiho sends his first Reaper straight away across the map, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. However, if he keeps that Reaper at home, he can defend the first wave of links. However, the problem is going to be the second wave, which will include these nasty little roaches. Second gas, as well as a react. Oh, wait, was this a gas first? Oh, this was a gas first. My apologies, I did not notice that. So the gas was taken before the barracks, and this allows Gumiho to start the factory a lot faster than usual. He keeps the Reaper at home. So lift. Thank the Lord he managed to do it in time. That was super important. This depot is going to take a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to go down. This SCV will fall. The Reaper control is not too hot. Oh, SCV is actually still alive. Rogue's not really paying attention there. This depot is so darn important. Depot's going to live. Depot's going to live. Depot's going to live. At least for now. Factory is done as well. Single Hellion is on the way. Starport starts on the high ground. We don't see any marine production from this reactored barracks. There's still one link roaming around. Now we see marines finally starting. This CC is going to finish up. These roaches are cool and all, but Gumiho is just way up in worker count. And this Reaper is going to start marching across the map. It's not just going to... Ooh, that Reaper is painful. It's not just going to be Hellions defending here, as these marines will be extremely helpful. Bunkers on the way as well. And the command center will finish up, which is a huge deal. You can even start an orbital command immediately here. The bunker will finish in time. And I guess a Cyclone will be built right now. Yeah, there we go. Cyclone, of course. Building slightly faster than that tank. Also just a little bit cheaper. And with these marines should be able to hold this ramp. I don't even think he's going to lose a single depot. If he micros these marines well, I really don't believe he will. This bunker is not the most important thing. Right now, Gumiho just wants to win time. Okay, one depot is going to end up falling, most likely. I was a little bit... yeah, I was too optimistic here for the Terran. I was just too optimistic. Ravager's going to make their way into the main base. I do believe this is the incorrect call, as now they're going to die. Well, if Gumiho had to chase this, he probably would have been able to kill everything here. Well, 4 workers, 5 workers do fall. Killing every roach. That also at the same time means that Rogue at home needs to start producing more roaches, and that's the one thing he doesn't want. He's only on 2 queens, doesn't even have money for a 3rd hatchery yet. Circling speed starts. Cyclones are the absolute worst unit that exists the moment that Zergling speed finishes. But before Zergling speed finishes, this unit actually can deal a lot of damage, because there's nothing that the Zerg can produce that catches it. Roaches are garbage, links without speed are garbage, queens, well, they'll never catch it either, so there's going to be a relatively large window of 30, well, let's say 25 seconds, in which this Cyclone is going to go pretty much unchecked. And that would not be an issue if the Cyclone is the only thing that's coming. But there's Hellion production, we have Banshees on the way, we already have this 3rd barracks with a tech lab on it as well. And here comes that Cyclone. It's not locking on for whatever reason. I think that was a bit of an error, and as a result, the Cyclone isn't actually going to be doing that much. 2 more queens are on the way. 3rd base still not here though. Although the worker count is in favor of the Zerg player, the income isn't that far in favor of the Zerg, especially when the mules return a little bit. You see that income for the Terran actually shoot up towards the 2k. And the worker count for Rogue is high, but this worker count is going to be at 39 for a while now, or if it gets higher, this will only increase the gas count, because minerals right now are fully saturated. So yeah, I don't really see how Rogue is going to stay ahead economically here, and at the same time, he's also just going to need to build a lot of units. He doesn't want to be building roaches anymore, but just with pure Ling against 7 Hellions, 2 Banshees, a Cyclone. Yeah, this is a very technical army to deal with. This is a sophisticated Terran army, and sacrificing your Lings into these Hellions is not going to help. This Cyclone is just adding a lot of damage output against these Queens. There's no detection here either. There's no Spore in between the bases. There's no overs here. A lot of these Queens are just going to straight up fall. The Cyclone is helping chasing this army as well. I think 3 Queens have already gone down. No, 2. Third Queen goes down right now. I think this might actually just be game. Rogue with a brilliant call here. Decides to counterattack. Wants to go for a little bit of a base trade scenario here. I do like that a lot, because eventually he should be capable of holding. If he can break down this wall, if he can take out this command center, that would be huge. There's no units here. There's a single marine in the main base. Oh, these depots are about to fall. You need more SCVs repairing. Hello? Oh my god, 2 SCVs barely managed to hold it, but Rogue is not utilizing the ultimate or the maximum amount of service area. I think this depot could have fallen. We see this depot is going down as well, or is very close to. This was so close. This legit had 6 HP. This depot had 6 HP. I can't believe that Gumiho managed to hold. Holy crap, that was close. This was so big, because if this depot falls, the service area on the command center increases. These SCVs all of a sudden are in danger. And this situation, if 5, 6, 7 SCVs go down and that third CC doesn't finish, this isn't actually that good for Gumiho. Sure, it's still probably fine because he's even in worker count, but out of the third base, it could have been hard. It really could have been hard. And right now, he's just in a fantastic position. Let's be real. He's gonna get a full wall here once again. Third CC is done. Equal worker count. The tech for Rogue is god-awful. It's hot garbage. It's terrible. It's atrocious. It's appalling. It's the worst thing that I've seen in my life. He's just 8 minutes into the game. He's stacking up the layer. He's getting his 6 gases. He wants to stay on 3 base forever and maybe defend with roaches and hope that his opponent never attacks into him. I don't think that's going to be the case here. Gumiho is already gearing up for something of a push later on, most likely, saying, hey, barracks 4 and 5, 1-1 upgrades, these tanks are in production. Yeah, I'm a very big fan. I really am a very big fan of Gumiho's position. I was a big fan of his position in game number 1 as well, but this is different. This really is different. As we would say in the Netherlands, this is a different cook. And it doesn't translate at all to English, but it's a different level, you know? It's a different level, my friends. Oh, he's even producing straight marines from these barracks. He wants to get an as powerful push as quickly as possible. You often see this for Terrans, is when they don't want to waste time building reactors. They just go straight into that marine production. That means that Gumiho wants to hit hard. And after he gets 2 full marine cycles in, that is the timing where he wants to hit, where he has that maximum amount of marines. And it wouldn't surprise me if that is really what he's going for. So we should be seeing a move out right about now, because these marines just popped. The reactors start now. This is the highest amount of units he possibly could have gotten. We see he's up 20 supplies, while he's still up 6 workers. His upgrades are going to be ahead. We're working with a 10, 12 supply advantage. Again, someone building Roach Ravager, included a couple of links as well. The tech, I think, is superior here, as we have a couple of tanks. The upgrades are going to be advantageous for the Terran as well. Last game was good for Gumiho, but this is just slightly different, okay? Like, if he does not manage to win from this position, there is no hope for him. There's just no chance. He is not good enough to compete with Rogue if he can't win this game, because this game should be as over as they come. Rogue, however, taking a good fight on the right side, taking out the tank there. He's going to lose 4 queens though. That's an expensive loss that he can't really afford. He's going to need to cancel this. Rogue transitioning into Muralisk. I really believed he was going to stay on Ravager Ling and then into Hydralisk Lurkers, like we've seen Dark play a lot in the past. That does tend to be good against these against players that are slightly worse if you're behind. Gumiho is just dealing a fair amount of damage. 56 workers remaining. I think he just spotted the Muralisk. And that would be detrimental, because the only way that Rogue can do something is if these 16 Muras fly across the map, clear this push, and then killed 35 workers. Yeah, turrets are in production already. Gumiho knows what's kicking off. He wants to get another cancel on this hatchery. Does get the cancel on the hatchery. More Ravagers are on the way right now. Baneling Nest isn't even done yet as Gumiho stims forward. The Mutalisks find the rally, but that's not going to be enough as these Ravagers are all that is left for Rogue. Marine stimming in. Tank is unsieged. GG gets called and Gumiho ties up this best of 3 1-1 and we'll be heading into our final game. And in the final game of this best of 3 we see Gumiho switching tempos right now. Sending out not 1 but 2 SCVs. No, not 2 but 3 SCVs. Is there going to be a 4th SCV as well? It is possible. Scudding workers hard on 15. Is this Overlord just going to spot this? I hope not. That would be a very anticlimactic way of ending this series. It is a pool first opener though. What is Rogue playing here? Wants to rush out quick speed, I guess. Yeah, it's just going to be three barracks that will be proxied for now. Could have been a little bit closer. Of course, Gumiho was not aware of that. You never quite know where these Overlords are going to be going. Hatchery's on the way. Ooh, now the question is how many blind links are going to be built. I'm seeing at least 4. No. Drone gets built. Okay. So this is going to be most likely, I think, this is going to be 2 links. Or 4. 2 links? 4 links. Okay. 2 sets of links. 4 links total against the 3 racks. Now, technically this still should be a very good situation for Rogue. It's pretty much a build order counter, but that does not mean it's over. 1 bad drone pool, 1 bad moment of no micro, and the game can end. First bunker starts. This Marine is trying to deal as much damage as it can. Are the drones coming off the line? Yes, they are. I love the movement of these links, by the way. Very solid movement. Drones do get spotted early. I don't think he can commit to defending that bunker right now. Good surround on one of these Marines. SCVs are going down as well. Oh, SCV still building that bunker though. So that bunker is going to finish up and that could be a big deal. Because right now the only thing that's going to matter is will this bunker finish? And more importantly, can Gumiho get to the bunker? Can he get to the bunker? He can get to the bunker. And this is what I was talking about. This is supposed to be a free win here for Rogue, but this bunker is in range. Another bunker is on the way. Gumiho cannot let any of these Marines get caught. He starts sending back these Marines, wants to kind of, gather up some forces and then reinforce that bunker. This SCV is so important for the repair. I wouldn't even mind if another SCV gets sent out to try and get the repair going. Here comes the surround. 4 Marines against 5 drones. That is a winning fight. Metabolic boost is about to finish up though. There's a lot of links in the main base right now. Second bunker is about to finish as well. Is Gumiho? G gets called. Gumiho wins this series with a 3-rex bunker rush in the final game, and every single game he did so much damage in the early game or just straight up managed to win. And once again the same, just takes out Rogue here. Fantastic series out of Gumiho and taking out a player. I mentioned it at the start that at the big tournaments always shows up, but sometimes in these online tours just isn't as powerful, is not as consistent in his performance. He's very good in CVT, but Gumiho today was better. That's going to be it from me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.